Hello and welcome. Find a comfortable place to rest, close your eyes, and let the gentle patter of rain wash away the day. Tonight, we journey to a quiet observatory, nestled high on a mountaintop, where a lone astronomer named Elias keeps watch over the heavens. Elias was a man woven from starlight and silence. His home, a small circular room at the base of the grand observatory, was a world of its own. Books on constellations and cosmic dust lined the curved walls, their spines worn from years of devoted study. A single armchair, deep and soft, sat beside a window that looked out not at the sky, but at the sprawling ancient forest that carpeted the mountain slopes. Tonight, the window panes were streaked with rain, each droplet a tiny, fleeting lens distorting the dark woods outside. The sound of the rain was a familiar lullaby to Elias. It was the rhythm of the earth, a steady counterpart to the silent, grand waltz of the cosmos he observed each night. He found a deep comfort in it, a sense that while he looked out into the vast, unknowable universe, the world around him was present, grounded, and alive. Tonight, however, was not a night for observation. A thick blanket of clouds obscured the stars, turning the sky into a soft, gray canvas. For many, this would be a disappointment, a wasted night. But for Elias, it was an invitation to a different kind of stillness. He wouldn't be climbing the winding iron staircase to the telescope's eyepiece tonight. Instead, he would sit, and he would listen. He made himself a cup of chamomile tea, the steam rising in a fragrant spiral, mingling with the scent of old paper and rain-soaked earth. Holding the warm mug in both hands, he settled into his armchair. He didn't turn on a lamp, preferring the soft, ambient glow from the observatory's safety lights filtering down from above. The room was cast in gentle shadows, a perfect space for thoughts to drift and settle. As he sat, the rhythmic drumming of the rain on the copper dome above became the only sound. It was a multifaceted sound, a symphony of 1,000 tiny splashes. A gentle tap-tap-tap against the glass, a deeper thrum on the roof, and a soft hiss as it met the pine needles of the surrounding trees. It was a sound that didn't demand attention, but gently held it, creating a cocoon of peace. Elias closed his eyes, letting his mind wander. He thought of the stars hidden behind the clouds. He knew them not just as points of light, but as old friends. There was Vega, bright and blue, Antares, the fiery heart of the Scorpion, and the distant, shimmering veil of the Andromeda Galaxy, a sister city of stars 2.5 million light-years away. He could picture them in his mind's eye, their positions, their colors, their silent, majestic journey across the void. He thought about time. Up here, time felt different. It wasn't measured in deadlines or appointments, but in the slow turning of the Earth, the patient transit of a planet, the millennia it took for light from a distant supernova to reach his telescope. The rain, too, spoke of time. Each drop had journeyed from a cloud, which had journeyed from the sea, in a cycle as ancient and dependable as the rising of the sun. It was a reminder that all things are connected in a slow, beautiful, and unending dance. His thoughts drifted to his childhood. He remembered lying in the grass on a summer night, long before he'd ever looked through a real telescope, and feeling a profound sense of wonder. The sheer scale of the night sky hadn't been frightening. It had been comforting. It felt like being tucked into a vast, sparkling blanket. It was that feeling, that simple, pure awe, that had guided his entire life, leading him to this very room on this very rainy night. The warmth of the tea spread through him, and the chair seemed to hold him a little more securely. The boundary between his thoughts and the sound of the rain began to blur. Was he thinking about the stars, or was the rain whispering their stories to him? The gentle patter became the soft hum of distant nebulae, the occasional rumble of thunder, the echo of a star's birth. He wasn't thinking about complex equations or astronomical charts anymore. His mind was quiet, receptive. He felt a deep sense of gratitude. Gratitude for the rain, for the clouds that gave him this night of rest. Gratitude for the stars, which would be waiting for him patiently when the sky cleared. Gratitude for this quiet, peaceful existence, perched between the living earth and the infinite universe. His breathing slowed, deepening with the steady rhythm of the rain. Each breath in was like gathering the peace of the night. Each breath out, a release of any lingering tension. The weight of the day, of any worries or concerns, seemed to dissolve, carried away by the water flowing down the mountainside. The world outside the observatory was asleep, cradled by the storm. The forest creatures were sheltered in their burrows and nests. The distant town in the valley was a scattered collection of sleeping lights. And up here, on the mountain, Elias was part of that great, quiet rest. He was a silent guardian, a patient observer, but tonight he was simply a soul at peace, listening to the rain. The last of the warmth from his teacup faded, and he placed the empty mug on the small table beside him. He didn't feel the need to move, to climb the stairs to his bed. Here, in his chair, surrounded by his books and the lullaby of the storm, was where he belonged tonight. He let his head rest against the soft back of the chair, his body heavy and relaxed. The rain continued its steady, soothing song, a promise of renewal, of clean air, and of a clear sky to come. And as the world washed itself clean, Elias drifted into a deep and tranquil sleep, dreaming of silent, swirling galaxies and the gentle, constant rhythm of the rain. Thank you for joining me on this journey. I hope it has brought you a measure of peace and tranquility. If you enjoyed this story, please consider liking this video and subscribing for more peaceful nights. May your rest be deep and your dreams be sweet. Good night.